Alright, what's up everyone? Eric Flay here. Let me make sure everything's working, because last time I forgot to turn on the game audio. Which now
you need anything, just let me know.
Jet Pilot Cinnamon, thank you for subscribing to me on Twitch. Appreciate it.
You need anything, just let me know.
That was a welcome surprise. It's been a rough morning. I couldn't get this thing to start.
On this play.
Now I'm in the plane. In the simulator. But cheers to you, sir. Thank you so much. I have my coffee, so we're awake, and we're taking it at 172. We're at Ocean City, Maryland. I got that right, yeah. And we're going out to Norfolk, Virginia for being very late to what I like to call crab legs and eggs. I got that from my wife. If you grew up in the New England area, you might get that reference. But if you didn't, you might not. We don't know. Anyways, it was funny. I had to use it. I did ask permission to use that for my wife, too. So, crab legs and eggs, even though I don't really eat crab unless it's in crab rangoons. Alright. I'm going to start this thing up and get going because we're already, like, about an hour late. That's all. I've been trying to get the simulator going for about 45 minutes now. So, alright. C-track backlock. Avionics are off. I'm just making sure you can see that on the stream. Autopilot's off. Throttle 1/4 of an inch. Ooh, it's working. Alright. Mixture full lean. Brakes are set. Going to go master on. Beacon on. Fuel pumps on. We're using the WB Sim mod on this, by the way. I love it so much, I will probably not fly without it. And off. Okay, we're good to go, I think. Yeah, so clear prop. Here we go. Clear prop. Yep, I didn't hold it long enough. Clear prop. Did I not turn the fuel on? No, it's on. So what's going on here? What's going on here? Get a little more gas. Get more gas. Here we go. Clear prop. Clear prop. There we go. Just need a little more gas. See, that's how authentic this thing is. If you had the just original model, that would have worked. But thanks for coming in today, Jet Pilot Cinnamon. And thanks for subscribing once again. Don't know why people do that, but you did, so thank you. Alright, throttle 1/4 of an inch, mixture full. I already did that. Okay, oil pressure is in the green, finally, because the mod makes it that way. Lights as required. We'll turn on our nav and our taxi lights for now. And seatbelt harnesses, flaps are up. They are. Heat vent, defrost. I don't even know how hot or cold it is here, but you know what? You can tell on this thing. 48 degrees. Yeah, I'll put some heat on. Put some heat on. It already is on. It saves the state. Very good. Avionics going on. I gotta get the 530 panel window into my real sim gear here, so let me do that. There's a program that will do this for you, so I gotta try to get that program. Just do that so that it automatically configures it, and it's way too small, so give me a second. There's no rush. I'll get there when I get there. I don't like crab legs anyways. I like eggs, but not crab legs. Alright. I still can't believe my wife said that. All right, if you knew the reference, then I might share it later on. But flaps up, heat vent, defrost, avionics on. ATIS. What is the ATIS here? Let's get that 119.025. For some reason. Go.
Kilo Oscar X-ray Bravo, automated weather observation 1500 Zulu. Wind 272 at 7.
272.
Visibility 10. Sky condition clear.
So,
temperature 9 C dew point 10 C. Altimeter 3034. Kilo Oscar X-ray Bravo, automated weather observation 1500 Zulu. Wind 272 at 7.
Yeah,
Visibility
all right,
10.
All right,
Sky
back
condition.
to guard. Alright, and you know what that means? That means this.
You're on guard with KG.
Good. Runway 32. That would be.
Meow.
I didn't really get to prepare for this guy. I've been trying to sim for months, but we're going to go that way. Alright, good. We're good there. Checklist. No rushing. No rushing at all. Altimeter set. Transponder squawking. It is. So I have to get the autopilot there. Very lifelike now. You have to set the pressure there. That should load up eventually. Alright. Okay, cool. Let's save that too. That's in traffic. November 489 Norfolk Foxtrot radio check, please. And no one. That's fine, because I knew I was going to have taxi light brakes test on the way out. Go to runway 32. We'll do a run up over there too, and we'll have some fun. So let's get this thing going. Here we go. Taking off the tablet. Parking brake. But yeah, if you fly the 172 mod, I could not say this. 172 a lot, then you need to get the WB mod. That's how awesome it is. It's very, very realistic compared to what was there before. I didn't like it at first. Like I said the last stream, didn't like it at all at first. But now I'm digging it hardcore. So. Is there any controllers or anything out here? No, because it's morning. But these morning flights are good, you know, especially when the simulator like cooperates with you and you're not stuck here for 45 minutes trying to get it to not crash and load everything. The first time I loaded it, the Google Maps thing didn't work with it, and it said I was offline. So then I had to reload the whole simulator. And then the second time, I got everything ready, and then it crashed. So it's not gonna crash again, though. Can't guarantee that, but it's not gonna crash again. So. Great, I also have to fix that, so not a big thing. I'll fix it, it'll be fine. I need to figure out where we are with this thing here. Alright, we're gonna slow down here. Try to turn as much into the wind as we can. Do a little run up. Alright. Let me fix this input-output thing here, because this isn't working either. 5.2. Yeah, that should be working. That program. Give me a second. This might flash the screen, so just have some patience. Here I go. Load it back up again. They also just released the 152 JP Logistics mod again. Hey, it's working. Cool. So I'm going to get into that. I'm going to make a livery. But I tried it last night really quick. I wasn't as impressed as before. I thought it was a little off. I think it was a little underpowered, but that could be me. I'm gonna give a couple more chances here. All right, run up. Here we go. Brakes are set. Fuel set to both. It is trim set for takeoff. It's not, but now it is, and my trim wheel actually works. Flight controls. Let's do that. Free and correct. Annunciator lights. We're gonna test those. Very good. Right, instruments, string coordinators, mail, no flag, heading coordinators about 280-ish, which it is. Road speed looks good, altimeter looks good, horizon looks good, near speed looks good. Mixture best power, 1800, here we go, brakes are on. Alright, I'm gonna check the right magneto. It's looking good. Back to both. Left. Back to both. Very good. Alright, vacuum is strong. This force is strong with this one. Amps and volts, charging slightly good. Pressure, temperature in the green, because again, it doesn't do that always on the other one. The default one. Idle. So that's what I'm saying. This was a very well done mod. He got it.
You're on guard with...
Oh! Digi-Driver! What's up? It went through even though it said it's on cooldown, so listen to that. How's it going? Throttle friction lock. Which I am going to get a Vernio TPM. I'm destined to get a Vernio TPM with the Vernio Plus there, so that way you can do things. Alright, we got to turn this puppy around, so here we go. Alright, if there's a problem, take a full mechanical emergency. Otherwise, we will abort takeoff and land directly ahead on the runway. As long as there's enough available runway there. Uh-oh, it's slowing down. Don't be slowing down. Come on. Just waited for you forever. And I don't know why it does that. I think it's the Google Maps mod, though. I'm not sure on that, but it's because it loads like the high LOD tiles. And it does that one, so it shouldn't, but it does. Alright, Chinese food breakfast inbound. You know what? Crab legs and eggs. Alright, I'll tell you the story. let me get my briefing done first. All right, if we are under, let's say, 700 feet in this problem, mechanical energy otherwise will land directly, have no more than 30-degree turns, best glide speed 68. For above 700 feet in this problem, mechanical energy otherwise, we will take a turn to the left and land downwind on the taxiway, the grass, the runway, whatever's available to us. Best glide speed is 68. We're going to rotate 55, climb at 74, and we're good. So, yeah, there was a local strip club here in Providence, Rhode Island called Foxy Lady. And you'd always hear on the radio with the commercials, like it'd be on the radio, that they were having legs and eggs. So my wife made a reference to that this morning when I told her I was going to be flying into the Chesapeake area for breakfast. And she said, crab legs and eggs. Yeah. Oh, man. All right. Landing lights going on. Strobes on. Taxi off. Oh, boy. All right. Well, good. I'm going to take off and get out of here. Here we go. Oh, wait. You know what I didn't set? I didn't set this. That might help. Oh, boy. It's better on the ground than doing here. Was it CPK? Charlie Papa Kilo.
Gotta make it so.
Wow. You know, I'll get that in a second. I'm just setting this first. I'm still laughing at that joke. I remember growing up with the rock radio station with legs and eggs. Oh, my God. All right. Prepare to make it so.
Number 1, make it so.
All right. Here we go. I have my coffee, so we're good there. Might want to call that too, Eric. Ocean City traffic says an Anarcho Foxtrot departing runway 32, departure to the southwest. Ocean City. Stop being in a rush, Eric. It never happens in real life. Like when I first started flying after my private.
Hope everyone had a good time this morning.
You get
Or if you're
crazy.
still flying,
'cause
hope you are
you're
having
just,
a good time.
Excited, but never does that happen anymore in real life. All right, we're in the middle, heels on the floor, full throttle, slight aileron correction
Busy
to the left,
uncontrolled airport this morning.
and here we go.
That's what we do.
We're gonna do this, even though I'm gonna be extremely late. Because as you can hear, the first USA Flying Club members have already been there for a while. But that's all right. That's cool. And it rotates. Climbing 74. Got a little wind here, but again, winds aren't coming from 27, so it's a little slight crosswind here. I'm gonna trim up a little bit. I also like the way the trim works in this mod as well. I think it's way better. I'm just in love with this WB Sim mod for the 172. And usually I'm not that crazy about mods like that, but that and the JP Logistics 152, I gotta try to work on that a little bit. I don't know, it just seemed a little underpowered to me last night. I'll figure it out. Alright, we're about 1,000 feet. Clear on the left. We're gonna go to the left. Better be a left turn, because I should have known that already. Yeah, it is. It's all left turns. Alright, we'll go right about there. A little bumpy coming out of here of Ocean City. We'll see you at Ocean City. I'm gonna go right down the coast here. We are gonna have to go around the Wallops facility though, so we're not gonna be right on the coast. And yeah, we got a little bit of wind here. All right, we're gonna go 2,900. We're gonna keep it low and slow. Some crab legs and eggs. You know why I'm laughing now. If you just heard me a couple minutes ago. All right. Now trim down just slightly. Climb at about 80. Gets better vision over the nose. And what was that? Oh, that was saying that my phone just reconnected to OBS. So yeah, all right, I get it. Oh, so I'm gonna turn that thing off if it keeps doing that stuff. All right, trim it down slightly. All right. Anyways, fly the plane. They said, fly the plane. All right. We're also gonna go to the right here because again, I do have to go over the restricted airspace near Wallops, which is where they fire rockets and stuff in the space. You might remember years ago, if you're a follower of Eric flight that long, that I landed there on my Around the USA flights one time, the 172. Not really paying attention that was a, yeah, not really a field that most people would use publicly, but that's okay. So how was Boston Logan this morning? Because I'm thinking about flying later on if I can get some time in the Northeast here. All right, getting up to 2,900. Following the, I want to try pronouncing this, Chincoteague Bay, which is right here off to our left. All right, we're gonna kick this back, 2,400, trim down, because we're way too high. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought it was today. I missed my TPM, but I think it's broken. The guy never called me back, and it was broken. But I better get it back, even if it is broken. I'm kind of PO'd about that. So we'll see. Again, if anyone has $900 something for a Vernio TPM Plus that has the what you call it on there, like real life, I forget what you call it, where you can twist it for fine adjustment, you let me know, because I have that money for my flight funds, but the problem is we're still recovering from the holidays. So I'll hopefully be flying this week. My instructor now has gotten ill with COVID, so it's not so much about that, it's going to be flying. So I'm going to try to fly, I think it's Friday, it's my next one. I'm taking the 172 up. But probably be shorter flights again, because even though I have all this YouTube money that I saved, we're kind of using it on Christmas expenses until we can flip that around. Which is going to be fine, it's going to take some time. We did buy a new car over the summer too, which contributed to that. But it's a very nice car. My wife loves it. I kind of like riding it. It has heated seats. It's a Toyota Highlander, and the thing rocks because when you have two kids in the back seat, where there's a lot of room back there compared to my Honda CR-V, that's awesome. But it was probably the most expensive car we ever bought. We bought it used, believe it or not, because it's like a $50,000 car all loaded up. So. But we also don't know about like the gas, where the technology is going, so that's why we decided to buy used. It didn't look used, honestly. I mean, it looked really nice, so it drives really nice too. But yeah, it's a champion car. I'll give you that. You know how I know? Because when I got back from my brother's affairs in Texas, I was like, we need to go out. So we had the funeral, and then we went to New Hampshire, and I took that thing right up Mount Washington. It was awesome. Not so awesome for my wife, who was a little nervous, but it was awesome. It's not the wait, did I say I meant the Highlander? I think they make the 4Runner. Wait, I'm thinking about that now. Give me a second. Because the 4Runner, I think, would be a little smaller than this. But I'm a big fan of the Highlander. I gotta give you that. So, and I'm more of a Honda guy than a Toyota guy. They're still good. Both good cars, companies. But and Jet Pilot Sim, if you're listening, what I'm about to say, it's no reflection upon your car, because you have a very nice car. I'm going to lunch in your car. It left an impression. There you go. You want to do barrel rolls and loop-de-loops? You can do that on your own time, because I'm not doing that right now. I'm getting to this breakfast, even though I'm like extremely late. Do you know what movie that's from, Good Fixins? And by the way, welcome to the broadcast. I'm going to go around the Wallops facility here. Let's take a look outside. We haven't looked outside yet. Here we are in Atlanta Echo Foxtrot again, from Ocean City, Maryland, out to the Chesapeake Bay, and I'll probably see you guys as you're finishing up breakfast. Your K5 is a very nice looking car. My wife had a Hyundai Elantra, very nice looking car. But the thing ate oil. I'd have to replace the oil. It wouldn't be an oil change. I'd have to replace the oil like every 3,000 miles, because the engine was just eating the oil. It would run rough, and it'd be like time to put more oil in. I always had oil in the back, so that way it could be added. And then towards the end of our owning it, we were driving for an appointment to Boston for my son for a medical thing, and literally, thanks to my pilot training, the thing overheated because we waited too long to fill the oil back up. And I had to pull it to the side of the highway, across 2 lanes of traffic in Boston. No, towards the Boston area, if you will. So that was interesting. I'm still trimming this thing. Come on now. Thank you. Man, it's a little bumpy up here. I don't know how you guys did it, but it's a little bumpy. Little turbulent pockets here and there. But yeah, I hated that car after a while because of that. It was a nice looking car, but the thing ate oil. And And I was just like, this doesn't make sense.
Let me ask, what I like to stab
Nice.
best? Arms,
Very
legs.
nice.
Oh, I like a beefy, spicy Slim Jim. Stab into it.
Tried watching wrestling the other night. It's not the same. When I went to that extreme era, I just couldn't watch it anymore. And then I'm trying to give it a chance again because I grew up with wrestling. Macho Man's the man. All right. I really want to go to Ticonderoga this summer. I've been saying it for 2 years, but I want to do it. There's so many things I want to do, but it's family time commitment and spending. So if I don't fly now, I figure I'd have money to do things. But part of those funds will probably be for FS Expo if I'm actually going to go. And kind of have to decide. I gave myself a cutoff date of April 1st. That's not an April Fool's joke, by the way, because I think the registration goes up after that. So again, you can help with that little FS Expo banner. I think it's that way. Yes, it's that way in the upper right-hand corner. If you're going, you can register with my code. Are you going to do my Bonanza code? Yeah, you're just trying them all out, aren't you? I love that one, though. It didn't do the Bonanza thing, though. What's going on? Is that an exclamation point before Bonanza? Maybe it's just not working.
Always look good at breakfast.
Interesting.
See you later after the week.
Try it on my end.
Thanks for coming in this morning. Have a good
give you
one.
what you want, you know, so. It is a beautiful morning to fly down here. There you go. Enjoy. All right, I love that one, and it doesn't cause a copyright strike anymore because I had to find a version of the Bonanza song that didn't cause a copyright strike on YouTube, not Twitch. Twitch is very lenient. Good fixins.
Talking about
Broadcast. Again, sorry that doesn't pop up right away. I am going to make it so that you can enter the commands in.
You clean those fixes up right now.
Yeah, big boy. From now on, you gotta clean up your own.
I still think you have the best sound, Good Fixins. It's the least I could do. I mean, you're here like all the time. Alright, so if you're looking at the map there, it kind of shows you what I'm doing. I'm going around this little restricted airspace because I'm not taking a chance on that. We're following 113, I guess. And then we're going to head straight down to Chesapeake Regional, which I think I've been there once or twice in the simulator. So, after that, we'll see what's going on. Alright, these winds are pushing us a little bit here, which is why we're having issues with trim, but we'll get there. Alright, PCT approach. Is that item? I could enter in a minute, at least get a radio check. 19. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Like, put them in there as a backup. 850. Alright, so I'm going to turn this off, but you know what I'm doing now. I'm going around that restricted airspace, which is why we're heading west. Actually looking pretty good. We're going to straddle it too on the side here. So, that's what it's looking like over here. Nice. Alright, I thought I could turn my towel for a second. 21? I'm trying. I've been trying for like an hour and a half now. I was up at like 9:15 trying to get this thing ready. And these winds aren't helping with the trim. Alright. I know it's the winds because my RPMs keep going up when I turn into it. Right over the Pocomoke River, everybody. That's what you're seeing here on the left. And it kind of looks like Virginia to me, but it's we hit Virginia yet? You're in Maryland. No, we're not hit Virginia. We're about that is coming up. See what I'm saying? Like those winds, they're kicking us around a little bit. So we can't handle, but it says we should be there in about 57 minutes, that's all. So much for getting there on time, but that's alright. Make it there. We're going to turn to the left a little bit. It's 37 degrees outside. I didn't fill the fuel tanks, but that's okay. We still have enough for some 8 hour round. Should have checked that. That would have been a pre-flight though. Maybe we should lean it out just to make sure.
Automatic pilot.
Nice. Man, you're just trying all these today, aren't you?
There it is.
There's no autopilot on this one, my friend. I'm flying this with my hand.
I'll go back to the passenger.
Otto, go back to your place. We're flying this by hand today. I felt like flying with my hand. Alright, wallops, by the way, would be out here somewhere. So that's why we're avoiding that. See anything on there? But, yeah. Take off to myself like some server traffic. I don't see much of anything out there. I'm the straggler this morning. Crab legs and eggs, everybody. I had to laugh again. Oh man, crab legs and eggs. Someone should use that down there. I should trademark that. But then I'd probably be sued by that company from back in the day. I wonder if they still do that. I don't know. I haven't heard it on the radio in years. Not that I frequent those places either, but you know. Alright, now I'm going to turn back up. Get the RPMs up. And we're going to suffer through a little bit of bumpiness. Very good. Very good. More gas. Give it more gas. Okay. Driven now. Got about 100 knot ground speed, so yeah, it's not the fastest, but we'll get there. I just really like the 172 mod, and I figured it'd take like an hour or so. Why not? You want a turf and turf guy? That's the way I am, actually. You know, I can't. The crab legs is not really my form of preferred food. I'm more of an eggs guy. Protein is what I eat because I can't eat a lot of sugar due to medical concerns. But that's going decent, you know. I'm trying to lose some weight still, but we'll get there, I think. We've already lost 40 pounds, so we're trying our best. That's over a long period of time, though. That's not like, you know, just, 1 year ago I was, so. The ultimate goal, I have to drop probably about another 40, I think. And I haven't been like that since high school. And that was with hockey like every day. So we'll see. One can only keep working at it while still living a somewhat decent life, right? That's the way I take it. But we'll see. My medical is up next year, so I gotta decide. And again, I'm probably going basic med, so just don't need the FAA medical. And if I did, I would probably need a special issuance for my little thing, but it'd be fine from what I'm reading. It's just a matter of me waiting for it. So I don't know. Something to determine. But I refuse to let it get me down. It used to be such a worry to me. So we'll be okay. All right, we're passing Wallops off our left here. So that's what you're seeing out there. And where was it? It's over here. Nope, there it is, out there. That's Wallops. They fire rockets into space over there and stuff. It's the Wallops Flight Facility. That's why we're not going to be over there. Again, it's restricted, so it all depends on NOTAM alarms and stuff like that. And then they let you fly through there, but it's not really required for what we're doing today. So, these winds, I swear, oh. There's also a private airport down here. So, all right, let's get our head in the cockpit here, so that way we can make sure we're doing this right. We're right on the edge of that restricted airspace now. So that's why we're flying. What we're doing. Hey, so people have been complaining about Montauk now, like flying out there and being charged like $40 to land there. So I don't know what's up with that, but maybe Jet Pilot Cinema can shine some light on that. Are they trying to close all the airports on Long Island? Because, geez, it seriously seems like it. I went to Montauk in April of 2021 in a 152. Spent 20 minutes on the ground looking around saying, oh, I made it to Long Island. And I got charged, I think it was either $20 or $25. I guess so. But, like, people are, like, posting on Facebook that now it costs $40 to $45 to land in Montauk. And I feel for them. Because I know it's a private airport. They don't get any federal funding or anything. But at the same time, that's a little exorbitant unless you're going for that, like, that one day where you're going to spend all day there, you know? But yeah, it just seems it's not very as friendly as it could be. That's what I'm going to say it as. They were very incessant about collecting that landing fee too. As soon as I touched down in Park, they were like, "Oh, make sure he pays the fee. Make sure he pays the fee." And I was like, "Well, I don't mind paying the fee." But yeah, they were on top of that. I've never seen an airport as on top of it as Montauk for fees. So is that all Long Island Airport? Should I visit the other ones and find out the wonderful
Well, thanks again, everybody, for coming out this morning. Enjoy the rest of your morning. I'm going to get out of here.
the wonderful experience of New Yorkers? And I think you're great, by the way, because we did go out to lunch.
Hopefully I'll see some of you guys on Monday night.
But 5-year-old screaming in the background. This cannot end up good. Montauk's a nice little airport, though. That was one of my harder landings, though. 52. I think the winds were up to like 25 knots at one point. So when I landed that thing, it was work. It was definitely work. I was gonna go around, and it wouldn't have been a bad idea to go around, but I had it settled down by the end. So. All right, now turn a little bit more to the east and continue going around this restricted airspace like you just saw on the chart. Looking good. I'm reading Digi's thing here. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, and I don't want to just be one of those don't live near airports, but you should understand that living near an airport, there's going to be noise. So, yeah, exactly. But at the same time, it's like the Hartford Brainerd thing. All those people, like, the airport was there first. It wasn't like they didn't know there wasn't an airport there. I feel for people that move to a place where an airport just suddenly springs up, but that doesn't really happen as much anymore. You know, if anything, it goes the other way. But if you live near an airport, you have to understand there's going to be some noise. You know, and it's these developers that buy the land around and build houses, don't care, and then the people move in, and then they start complaining. You move near an airport, you know. Some people actually like that, like people like us, but still. I know around TF Green and Providence, they bought up a lot of the houses over time, I think in the 90s. And they were going to increase the runway, but they've had opposition to that. Because they want to be known as an international airport, which I think they actually named themselves international, because they had like one airline fly to Portugal for a little bit, and then that stopped. But, what was I going to say? So, Rhode Island bought all those houses out, tore them all down, and now they're just there, I think. And then, they also had to pay for houses in the area to be acoustically sealed, you know, like insulation and stuff. So that way, if the bigger jets came in, they wouldn't be bothered as much. All right, we are again outside the Wallops facility, out that way. We're heading west. We might head a little east, so we'll turn that little bit in. And we are right off the Chesapeake Bay, which is right here on the right, everybody. So very nice. And the winds are calming a little bit, which is nice to see. I have to keep it trim though. Outsolation, yeah. Well, you know. But the Hartford Brainerd thing's ridiculous because, like, literally the airport's been there since, I mean, Charles Lindbergh landed there, you know. And they had the Pratt & Whitney factory across the way at one point, too, which is now, looks like a closed airport, which it really is. I mean, it's just basically abandoned. But you don't move near, real, you know, an airport that is existing without knowing that there's going to be some noise. Same thing in California, though, right? I think, what is it called? Some airport's closing in like 3 to 5 years. I can't remember what it's called. But, you know, it's because people want to build houses around airports. They don't care about who lives in them after, and then those people end up complaining. So. Alright, still got some wind, actually. I talked too soon on that one. What's this message here? Yeah. Involved with departure. Well, at least I want to eat coffee when I get there. We have lots of that. Ugh. So, as you expect, kind of swampy. Chesapeake Bay. You see the Chesapeake Bay Bridge too, right? That comes later on. Yeah, it does. So, all right. I'm gonna try to get over some land here, just in case. Oh, don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. Did you hear that? Oh, by the way, this is also with the sounds. Someone recommended I get the sounds, so I went and bought them. They're pretty good. They're a little bassy sometimes. Actually, did I have them installed? I think I did. Give me a second. I'm gonna see if I installed them. I might have taken them off. Yeah, I did. So this is the what do you call that? The 172 sound set from God, I can't remember who it is. Bruno? That's not Bruno. But it's good. It's more realistic, I think. Hear that? So these aren't the default sounds anymore. But they're a little bassy. But now I'm thinking they're not bassy, so I don't know. It is a little bassy. It's not bad. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. I flew to New Orleans. I mean, I didn't fly. I drove with my brother from his place in Mississippi when he was going through a split with his then fiance. And we went to New Orleans, and I drove over Lake Pontchartrain. Is that what you call it? And that was quite interesting, too. It's like an elevated highway for about 20-something miles. But yeah. Nice. I'm going to have to try that sometime. I don't think I've ever driven down there. We tend to fly when it's that long, but that's one of the most cherished memories I have, even at the lowest, one of the lowest points of my brother's life is going to New Orleans with him. I yanked him out of his apartment because they were still living in the same apartment. My mom sent me down there. I'm like, get in your car. We're going to New Orleans. And we had a good time. So, that's what you do, right? That's what you do. Alright, we're coming up on Accomack County Airport. It'll be off our left. Probably somewhere around here. A little more stabilized. Those winds are still kicking. Get in the car. Yeah. Well, seeing that, I mean, I don't want to reveal too much, but like, it was really weird because he was really heartbroken, obviously. And she kind of broke it off. She did, and I'm not going to say what was done, but she did something really not appropriate. And so I said, get in your car, because the next morning I found him cuddled up with her, and I was like, this is all messed up. Get in the car. We're going to New Orleans. I didn't have any choice words for his ex-fiancée at that point, but I could have. I should have, but I didn't. I held back. That's really messed up. but we had a good time down there. It's the only time I got kicked out of a nightclub ever. And I'm talking like 20-something years ago, by the way. I'm not talking recent. You know, those days are a little bit beyond me. And I got kicked out of the nightclub for dancing with 3 girls at one time. So, you know, it wasn't even like I did anything wrong. They just didn't want you dancing on the stage. And they literally stopped the music and said, no one dances on the stage. And I had to call my brother, who was still in the club, because, you know, we were at that point of the evening. And I'm like, dude, they kicked me out. And he's like, what do you mean they kicked you out? So, yeah, that night ended right around then after that. So that was a good time, though. You know, see, those memories are the ones that you're going to kind of remember sometimes, you know? Good times. And so that's not a negative thing. Life goes on. There's more memories to be made here. Loss is not something we can all prevent, obviously, but we will move on. All right, Accomack County. Off our left here. Somewhere. You can see it. I think it's over there. It's a 4,800 foot long runway there. We're just chugging along here. These winds, though. Look at those winds. I have to put some left rudder in just to keep it straight. That's right. Unless you want to start one. Unless you want to start one. All right. Trimming down. See, these winds are all over the place. Terrible. Terrible control, Eric. Terrible. Get your trim right. All right. And we're just flying right down this coast. We're going to get a good look at the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. All right. Hey, Digi, and this is no pressure on you. How's Plymouth going? Man, we are getting bounced here. Like a New Yorker. New Yorker. Hey, Jet Pilot Simmons, a New Yorker, so be careful what you say. Is it? Yep. I got you. Yep, DC Center. I'm probably going to see what I can do. I'm probably going to check in with them. Maybe get some flight following when we get there. So, I have it on that monitor, so I kind of look at it from time to time and see what's on or what pops up. So, okay, trim down. Let's go. Thanks for the for letting me know, though. Really? How'd that go? Did you like it? Did you not like it? I didn't like New York back in like the 90s. But when I went back there in like 2008, it was pretty nice compared to what I saw in the 90s, to be honest with you. So, I mean, I went to Times Square when they still had all the seedy clubs and everything back then too. That was kind of weird. So, that's awesome. See, that's like me in Boston. I like Boston, but I went to college there. When I was a kid, my great aunt used to take me there like every year with my brother on the train. So, Little Italy's awesome too. A little pushy, but good food, obviously. Yeah, we have the North End in Boston, which is right around like the older parts of Boston. That's like the Italian section. And then of course you have Southie, I can't say it but that's the Irish section. Or it was, you know, for the immigrants. So, still is to this day, to be honest with you. But, yeah, man, I haven't been to Boston in a while. I mean, I've flown over it, but, you know, haven't been there for like a day. Be nice to take the e-bike, but then I get nervous because I'm like, well, you can't really leave it anywhere. I got like locks, but locks can be broken no matter where you go, you know. So, oh, cool. Yeah. No rush, because it's a quality product you're making. So, Accomack County's gonna be right off our left. There you go. There you go. Let's take a picture. Uh-oh. What just happened? I don't know what just happened. Okay, Something's happened there, but now we're good. I get it. Yeah, you're doing a fantastic job. I just get like all giddy because I'm like, ooh, Plymouth's gonna be on the sim finally. But no pressure. If you don't finish it, I'm gonna be okay too. So, yep. No, you do what you can. All right, we are very clear of that restricted airspace. There's no need to worry about that right now. But we will probably call up DC Center and see what we can do. Let's check Volante here. We're still at the old the last stream there. This is where we are. That's DC Center. I think that's Potomac Approach, right? That's what that is. So let's go up DC Center and get some. There seems to be some traffic here too as well. So. Oh, I am? Awesome. Well, I am proud to be on that test team because I'm gonna give it to you straight. I'm gonna give it to you straight. If I don't like something, I'm gonna let you know. All right, let's go to DC Center and get some flight following so we can get through the Class Charlie. All right, which is coming up ahead. So 133.725. Oh. I think I'm gonna start a collection for Vernio TPM though. All right, let me get down to altitude too. That might happen. Well, you know, I'm not gonna be brutal or anything. I'm just gonna let you know, hey, that could be better or that could be better. But I miss not having the additions to the runway, like I told you.
Mirage 197, cross RADs at 15,000. The Philly altimeter is 3029er.
This wind is killing me.
RADs at 15,000, 3029. Mirage 197.
Come on. Jet pod saying we're gonna make it there. We're gonna make it. Once I get flight flow, we'll do some shout outs. Get this thing going on. Be all good.
Yeah, American 541, you missed that a while ago, but radar contact is 36 miles south of Woodstown now, flight level 240, climb and maintain, flight level 360.
Oh, I did set that. Good, 'cause I was like, where's that thing? Oh my god, no, it's not there. I didn't set... it quit itself again. Give me a second. Let's look at the gold bar at the top. This is what happens when your sim crashes twice when you try to do this. My frames are pretty good. I'll say that now, and they'll suck, but... Excuse the screaming child in the background. There you go. Now it will work. We're about halfway there. All right. Trim up. So many distractions compared to real life.
Number 2 Mike Golf, Department of Aerospace to North New York and Cleveland are offline. Radar services terminated. Frequency change approved.
Going to Unicom for 2 Mike Golf. Thank you.
DC Center, November 489 Echo Foxtrot.
November 489er Echo Foxtrot, Washington Center, hello.
Cessna 9 Echo Foxtrot, type 172. We're about 7 miles to the southwest of Kilo Mike Foxtrot Victor, requesting flight following 2,900, and we're going to Kilo Charlie Papa Kilo.
November 489er Echo Foxtrot, Roger, squawk 0503 and ID.
0503 and ident, 9 Echo Foxtrot. Making sure that did the ident button. But man, these winds are all over the place right now. Still, I thought I'd have it a little smoother than this.
Washington Center, good afternoon, Aviation code 206 will be flight level 350.
What was the call sign again?
Aviation code 206.
Ground speed went up.
Thank you, Aviation 206, Washington Center, squawk 0572.
Trimming with this wheel.
0572 in the box for Aviation code 206.
Washington Center, Manston, number 6 here.
I recognize that voice.
November 62, 908 Papa,
Sounds like John
the Newport
Smith.
News wind 2407, runway 25, clear to land.
25, clear to land, November 6 here.
November 489er Echo Foxtrot, radar contact 41 miles north of Norfolk, 2,900, the Norfolk altimeter is 3038, maintain VFR.
Maintain VFR, thanks, 9 Echo Foxtrot.
American 14 radar check-in. We are going heading 271 on our way to Washington Duals International.
What are the winds on Sky Vector? Good. because they're
American 14, Roger.
brutal. Oh, that'd be.
Just verify you're
why.
direct
I mean,
to the airport because you're still heading
says,
westbound and you
out
should
of,
be on a 240 heading if you're going direct.
Accomack County there, the one thing that just passed 26010, gusting to 15. So maybe it's just the gusts.
I'm sorry. Yeah, heading 240 direct. Changing now.
That's why we get bumped up and down. Campbell Field. It's a field off of our left here. Probably somewhere here. There it is.
Aviation 206, radar contact overhead the Wright Brothers VOR, flight level 350. For direction of flight, I need you at an even altitude, so flight level 340 or flight level 360, your call.
Wheels up
See, I have to always go back to get this stupid trim with it.
Aviation 206, Roger, climb and maintain flight level 360.
360 for Aviation 206.
Wow, not the best time to take a passenger that's not used to flying, I'll tell you that. Alright, we're 27 and a half minutes out, according to this. So, we can go a little bit more direct. Now that we have two-way communication with DC Center, we should be good through that Charlie.
Washington Center, good morning, American 1656, maintaining 370.
It says I should have
American 1656, Washington Center, squawk 1456.
Set that here like this.
1456, American 1656.
Oy, caramba. This trim's going nuts. Nice. Oh, well, I hope that she's doing well. And I hope that she has a speedy and yet great
Washington
recovery.
Center, Frontier 2448, climbing through 14,000 for 370.
Frontier Flight 2448, Washington Center, ident.
48.
Avelo 456 at pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Which it never will.
PD flight level 240, Avelo 456.
That's what you don't see is that I'm holding this trim wheel and going up and down as I need to. Trying to get it even. Ah, dent. You dent. Fix a dent. Nice. I remember that. I remember that. My brother in his last law job was, and again, it's just because it's my brother who got the law job again, but he was doing DMV defenses. So when he got the job, I was like, so what are you doing now? Because he did bankruptcy before that,
American
which wasn't the
14,
best because you're dealing with people that didn't have money to begin with. So as a business, it stunk. As a heroic act to help people, it was good. But anyways, he was doing DMV offense, so he's like, well, you know, I help out with like people out of parking tickets and stuff and like speeding tickets. I'm like, oh, so you're kind of like my cousin Vinny, but less severe, you know.
25 miles west of Fayetteville,
and then I sent him that video of the first lawyer there, and my cousin Vinny was like,
Frontier Flight 2448, radar contact 11 miles south Liberty at a 17,000, climb and maintain flight level 370.
Yeah.
Climb maintain flight level 370.
I guess getting
for
people out
Frontier
of speeding tickets
2448.
is a good thing too.
JetBlue 698, descend via the Corey 4 arrival. The Philly altimeter
His boss was nice in
3029.
Dallas and everything too, so I thought that that was a good fit for him finally. He never had really a good shot at law because he was always dealing with not very good people who won the firms. One of them, they just didn't show up to the firm after a while, and he ran the firm for them. And then they basically like said, yeah, you know what I said, what's a U? Yeah, I love that movie. That's a good movie. Sack of Suds.
November 629er 8 Papa.
Takes longer for grits to cook in your kitchen.
Taxi the right
no one
Foxtrot
else's,
Delta
you know.
cross runway 20.
If you haven't seen that movie, My Cousin Vinny. Good movie.
Then you could tag on Alpha at the end of that, sorry.
Yeah, I'll be Alpha Romeo.
That was a great movie.
Sounds good.
That was a great movie. Marisa Tomei is pretty. I think it's Marisa. Marisa Tomei is pretty good looking in that one too. I remember that back in the day. I haven't seen her recently in picture, else I'd say she looks good now too. But my kid's practicing sax in the background. I apologize for the alto sax for that you're hearing in the background. He's not bad though. I'm taking my band to the Providence Bruins, the minor league affiliate of the Boston Bruins, tomorrow, to play some songs in between the periods. So that's going to be a good time too. All right. Well, we're keeping this hand flown, and even with all the bumps and the winds. Kenny G tomorrow. The kid's pretty good. I'm a band teacher, so I know how this goes. And I'm not saying that 'cause he's my kid. I'm just saying, like, he's actually one that I don't have to tell to practice anymore. And I just promised myself I wasn't going to be that type of parent, even though I'm a band teacher. I wasn't going to be like every day going, you need to practice, you need to practice. And he failed for like the first 3 weeks on practicing, but then he just started doing it, you know? So I'm very proud of him. That's what you want to see out of a kid. You want to see a kid that says, I'm going to try because then I get stuff out of it. We have a little Westie below me trying to eat something off of my floor. Hey, you! Get out of here! She was at my feet. Hey! 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 Get away from the rudder pedals. Go! Yeah, that was my dog. I'd pick her up, but then I'd have to let go of the yoke, and in these winds, that would be a bad idea. Terrible. She also has a tendency to mark her territory in my office, so I'm not very happy right now. Yeah, alright, we're coming up on the Chesapeake Bay Bridge area. We'll be slightly off to our left, and then we'll be flying over it, but it's out there. Looking pretty good. And you can't hear the game audio, right? Because last stream I totally left on monitor only, but it looks like you're hearing that, so that's good. Sorry about that. I have a checklist just to stream, you know. Silly, I know, but that's what happens when you don't follow it close enough. All right, let's do
Center, Carolina 35.
Kilo Charlie, just so I get a direct from here.
Of course you did, in Columbus. What was the call sign again?
Carolina 35.
Carolina 35, Washington Center clearance is on request. Stand by.
You're on
I didn't hear
guard
that.
with
What?
KGRD.
I'm gonna make t-shirts with that, I swear. I'm gonna make some merch for this channel. Not that I expect to sell any of it. And one of those is gonna be that graphic. Because I made that all myself. So we'll see. And I think I used, can you please get out of my room, dog? Please, go. Wow, she's like so intrusive. She's right around my feet in the rudder pedals. And that's why they don't allow dogs at the rudder pedals.
Carolina 35, I have your clearance, advise ready to cap.
Ready to copy, Carolina 35.
It is,
Carolina
isn't it?
35 cleared to the wonderful Columbus, Ohio airport.
It gets addictive,
the
though,
Elwood
so
5
don't do it too
departure
much.
Danco transition, that has
'Cause it
filed,
does, it gets
maintain
addictive.
6,000, expect flight level 430, 10 minutes after.
I'll be working on more.
Departures with
I'm just
me,
gonna keep
squawk
working on more and more
0532.
here. I'm more about videos
Clear
now
to
with
the
green screen
most
rather than that.
disgusting
That's an
Columbus
actual
Airport, the Elwood 5 Danco
ping,
that
I
has
think,
filed
that displays
6,430
there.
and
But I
10
have the
with
original
you,
Photoshop
05
file, which
Street.
would be higher definition.
Carolina
we should call it.
35, read back correct, runway 5
I don't know.
right
Tell
for
me in
departure,
chat.
unless
Would you
want
buy a
P3
shirt
left,
with
wind
that?
variable at 5.
Help support the channel. I think it'd be kind of cool. Yeah. We'll have to see. I work hard on those for minimum return. Yeah, I'll think about it. I'm probably gonna just do one of those. You upload the design and then you buy it. So, and I'm not gonna make much of anything on it, obviously, because I don't want to soak people just for money. So, and Digi, you get that Plymouth scenery, and if I do that, I'll get you one. How's that? I'll just get you one. Maybe we'll just get you one if you finish the Plymouth scenery. Now you have a little incentive. How's that? Here we go, Chesapeake Bay Bridge. Oh, there, in the distance. We got some ships here, too. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? I started Virtual Airlines back in 1998. When I started flying Virtual Airlines, I should say. I flew for Gateway Airlines, and that was out of the...
Yeah, so after you get below 17,000, I can give you the next restriction. The reason for that is because there's a lot of airspace shells over there that aren't mine, so I have to make sure you're in my airspace before I can keep presenting it.
This has been a long time of... I'm trying to head towards the bridge for you so we can see some scenery here. It's been a long time with DC, the DC area of flying on the sim at least. In real life, I landed at DCA. Last time I went to, well, this is years ago actually, 2010 or 2014 when we went to Hollywood, Florida. We went through DCA, which was cool because that's the first time I ever like went there for real. But, hi! Wife on board. Okay. You going to your parents? Okay, good. She was in here like bugging me. You gotta tell her to stop doing that. I'm talking about the dog, not the kids. All right. Yeah, I'll check into that. But did you finish that? I'll see what I can do. I'm pretty good at that. So, long time ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, I tried designing stuff, but I never really got that far with it. I did order one for myself to see how it came out. So it came out okay. But again, it's Eric Flake graphics. I'd rather make something like that that's a little bit more, not generic, but something that anyone can wear without Eric Flake being on it. So, who knows, maybe that's the start of a new little side business. I only have like 4 of them. That's why I make money for flying a rope. But we'll see. I'm not here to sell people. Supporting is nice, but seem to have some traffic out there as we are going over the Chesapeake Bay, which is right there. This is the bridge, and I'm still getting tons of wind. What's the weather saying over here? I got Langley Air Force Base 240 at 9. That's on the ground though, so I don't know what's going on here. We've been bumping all around the whole flight.
Velo 456, do you send and maintain flight level 210?
Level 210, Velo 456.
And if you're wondering where we are, I unveil the electronic flight bag. Thank you to the Virtual Safe Flight Club for making this event, by the way. Sorry I'm extremely late, but we're getting there. And I already made all the graphics and everything to go from Ocean City, which is an awesome airport. It's right on the coast. So,
Center Carolina 35, for taxi.
Cape Charles, that's what they call this on the left.
Carolina 35, runway 23 left, Juliet,
really
Alpha
beautiful
7.
scenery here.
Juliet Alpha 723 left, Carolina 35.
Trimming back up to the winds. How are we doing on gas? We're halfway there.
Mirage 197 cross Heckman at 9,000. Philly altimeter is still 3029.
Gotta make some Eric Flight videos. Still got tons on the background. We have to get it on there. Hey, I did get that Skyline. It only took like what, a year and a half. Flying videos are timeless, though, aren't they? I think they're timeless. All right, here we go. Chesapeake Bay Bridge. I'd love to drive over that someday. That's interesting. This is the tunnel. I don't believe that this would be there. I think that's more of a Lexus Flight Simulator error. So just thought this would be a tunnel underneath. That's why you see a boat going over it. And on the other side is Norfolk, Virginia. I'm just gonna say it the wrong way. It's fun. Yeah, we're gonna take a picture of this as well. Here we go.
Carolina 35, the wind variable at 5, fly runway heading runway
cool.
23 left, clear for takeoff.
I believe there was a freeware version of Philadelphia already. I'm not sure. You can do it later on. You know, you get really good at this. You know, feel free to charge a couple bucks, you know? Just saying, you know how many hours it takes for this stuff? I know how many hours it takes. Because I was slowly doing the biggest, tallest buildings in Boston on prepared FSX back in the day with Google Models, so I wasn't going to charge for it because of that, but yeah. It's not easy. Everyone, you know, thinks it's easy creating scenery. It's not. It's fun. It's time consuming though. Very time consuming, which is why I don't do any of that anymore. I'll do painting liveries though, which has gotten, once you get used to Blender and then also using Photoshop with Blender, it's gotten a lot easier than it used to be. As long as you know how to use the tools, but learning how to use the tools.
Washington Center, Frontier 2448 at flight level 350, requesting 220.
Frontier flight 2448, I'll do you one better. Descend via the CAPS 3 arrival. Washington Airport's landing to the south. Altimeter is 3034.
3034, and we'll descend via the CAPS 3 arrival. Thank you very much. Frontier 2448.
And then I was going to do Taunton Municipal. and I had like the terminal building and stuff, and it was just for me.
Carolina
But
3504 and
really got to
2.4
finish
climb.
it, so.
Carolina 35 radar contact, climb and maintain flight level 430, proceed direct Danco.
If it
430 direct Danco.
Again, this wouldn't be there, I don't think. I think this would just be under the tunnel. This one looks like it's a
Western
tunnel,
Center
too, so
today,
that's just an
Aviation
error, isn't it?
204 Alpha with you, flight level 350, inbound Charlie Cherry,
That
November.
boat went right over it, and it kept going.
Aviation 204 Alpha, Washington Center, squawk
Traffic out there off to the
0537.
right. Is that Microsoft Simulator?
0537 on squawk for
That's it.
Aviation 204 Alpha.
It's just nice to see some
Fellow
traffic.
456 departing airspace to the north, New York. Approach is offline, radar surface is terminated, frequency change approved.
Over Unicom, the Bella 456. See ya, thanks.
Yeah, we're gonna
Mirage
be clear
197 departing my airspace. Philly approach
Because we're
is
two-way communication,
offline.
so I don't have to
Tower is
ask
on though, so you can give them a call when you're on the final. Radar surface is terminated,
But,
frequency change approved.
Okay, copy all over to Unicom. Thank you very much, Marshal.
We're going to be right on the other side of Charlie, by the way, is where our destination is. Just
Avionics 204 Alpha, radar contact position as reported. But I need you at an even altitude. So, flight level 340 or flight level 360, you let me know.
Yeah, we'll choose 360 if that's fine for you for the Avianca 204 Alpha.
Avionics 204 Alpha, roger, climb and maintain flight level 360.
Climb maintain 360 for the Avianca 204 Alpha.
Washington Center, American 1165, with you at flight level 270.
American 1165, Washington Center, I'm also with you, ident.
with you. That's another thing we should do, the with you thing. That'd be an interesting graphic. See, that's what happens. Is I think these things in my brain while I fly on the simulator. I go, hey, wait a minute. Because I know some people, like Jet Pilot Cinnamon, trained me to not say with you. But with you, if I can come up with a good graphic for that, I will. It'll all be inspired by my overlays. How's that? Because I'm going to make it an overlay and then say, hey, that might be good on the shirt if we do the shirt thing. But I'll see what I can do. It's easy once you make the overlay if you keep it high DPI, you know. Yeah, I've used it too. I used to use it when I first started flying, but now I just say altitude VFR.
Washington Center, good afternoon, JetBlue 897.
Could be like a Han Solo thing. I'm
Flight
gonna give up
level
some ideas
370.
here. We say like with you at 4200 and then just put I know.
JetBlue 897 was it?
That'd be interesting. Oh, really?
Oh, there you are. JetBlue 897
Someone
squawk
trademarked that.
3407. This is the Washington Center. Good morning.
3407 and good morning, sir.
We are in the Charlie, by the way.
Going with the cabin for 20 minutes, American 541.
We're in the Charlie. You can see that.
What?
So we're good.
Going with the cabin for 10 minutes, American 541.
I'm having trouble understanding your request.
Can we leave cabin for 10 minutes, American 541?
There we go. Approved as requested. Let me know when you're back.
We're unlocking the F-16. More boats. More boats. More boats in the distance too. But we're almost there now. I can feel it. And everyone else is packing up and going home for breakfast. But that's cool. We'll make it happen. It's kind of cool to see the boats. I can't remember what add-on that is. I think it's South Mobile, maybe. Maybe not. No, seafront, something like
JetBlue
that.
897 radar contact 17 miles northeast Baltimore, flight level 370. Your altitude's invalid for direction of flight. Can you take flight level 380 or flight level 360?
So anyways, we just gotta fly
380
over Norfolk.
for JetBlue 897.
Should we
Sorry, one more time. Someone was yelling in my other ear.
Flight level 380 is JetBlue 897.
JetBlue 897, roger. Climb and maintain flight level 380.
Climb maintain 380, JetBlue 897.
Now, the realism settings here. I will find out the oil level when I get down there, but you gotta take care of that in real life, so that's kind of cool. Wheel chocks, you try all that stuff there. This is the, again, WB Sim payware model. The trim tab thing, I haven't really figured that out yet. So I'll have to read about that, because I don't know what they mean by the trim tab OC. No clue. When you hit this button, it goes back to being an ADF. But it wasn't very clear on that in the directions when you had the mod either. So, yeah. You're right. Hi, Paul. Eric's with you. But I think if you had a design of with you at
American 1165, ready to contact 30 miles east
and
of
then
Liberty,
put,
flight
I
level
know,
270.
that would be a good shirt. I don't, kind of corny. You have to kind of get it, but you know. All right, we're gonna stay out of the Delta there. To our left is Oceana. Looks like a naval thing, but yes, I think you should. I think you should try it out and get back to us and how that goes for you. So that's a naval base, I believe. In Norfolk. We're actually going to go right there, so we should probably look at it. Right there. There we go. That is Norfolk International. So we are making our way. We got beaches, we got bridges, we got boats. A little bit of everything. We should probably take a picture of that, so we can do that now. Yeah, I think make it so is a good one. I do that with my students.
Frontier Flight 2448, contact
Gotta be honest, I don't
119.85 today. Good morning.
I don't reference
119.85 for Frontier 2448.
the Star Trekkiness of it, but I go, yeah, make it so. You know, it works. It works for some students. For others, sometimes they get it too. And then I wore my Star Trek Christmas sweater for the holidays at the school, so I got a little bit of props for that. So. Then I get also the kids that say Star Wars is better, and with me, I like them equally as well. I mean,
Gotta make it so. Make it so.
You know it. Okay, and there will be no trouble. No trouble. Oh, I put trouble. Trouble.
Red alert. All hands stand to battle stations.
I like that one. That's one of my first ones. Yeah, and I've had to use that once or twice. Like for real, on stream. So, all right, we're getting to not Ocean City. Hello, we're getting to Chesapeake Regional. Should be out in the distance, kind of over here. I think that might be it over there. But looking pretty good. Norfolk again is over there. We got some flightsim.to scenery here, I believe. I think that's God, I can never remember the names of people when I do this. The Enjoy It Fly. There we go. He does a bunch of sceneries. I've donated like 20 or 30 bucks to him because he did a bunch of Google Map imagery, so you don't have to. The buildings look better when you get there. Let's put it that way. So, alrighty then. See that stupid downdraft? What's going on there? Jesus. Is it me or the wind's just like terrible? I don't know. I also see that my stream is very delayed today, but that's okay. We'll get through it. All right. Well, I gotta get this thing back up where it needs to be. So let's trim up again. Oh, by the way, I never did the shoutouts, did I? So shout out to Jet Pilot Cinnamon. Thank you for resubscribing. Appreciate it, sir. Check out Jet Pilot Cinnamon on Twitch if you haven't already. He's also the founder of the Richard USA Flying Club. And I'd say a good friend at this point because we have flown together in the Skyline route. I put my life in your hands and vice versa. You did the same with me. Also a shout out to Digi Driver. Once the Jet Pilot, again, it's a little delayed, so I have to see when that goes off the screen there. But come on. Nice. Shout out to Digi Driver, great friend, designing scenery, frequent viewer of the Eric Flight channel. Appreciate that as well. Check out Digi Driver, does a lot of great streams, including with scenery creation and all that stuff. And who else did I shout out to? I don't know. Well, you know what?
American 1165, descend via the cap through arrival, Washington landing south, altimeter 3032.
But shout out to Good Fix-Its without the shout out, because, oh, what the heck.
Descend via the cap through arrival, American 1165.
Let's see what it does when I do a shout out to you.
Good afternoon, Washington Center, United.
There you go. Even though you don't really stream, I'm giving you a shout out.
7 miles south of the Tubus waypoint with you, flight level 350.
Probably should have got weather already, so let's do that now. 123.0. 1675.
United 370 Washington Center,
Probably
radar
should've done
contact as reported. Welcome aboard. You're clear direct. Correction, proceed direct, Flat Rock, Foxtrot Alpha Kilo.
Proceed direct, Foxtrot Alpha Kilo, United 370, thanks.
This is Center, hello, American 119 with you, flight level 270.
American 119 Washington Center, I'm also with you, ident.
23.
Hi, Jen.
So we're going to go direct in. We're going to start descent now. So 2100. Safety set. I guess you do. Do you stream? Oh no, they're not plus plate, nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. Make sure your seat belt is securely fastened, and all carry-on luggage is stowed safely and securely in the aircraft. Thank
DC Center, Cessna Echo Foxtrot, airport in sight, requesting cancellation of flight following.
489er Echo Foxtrot, thanks for joining the party. Your radar service is terminated. Squawk and maintain VFR for exchange approved.
Squawk VFR, thanks. Center Echo Foxtrot. He might have cleared me a little early on that one because I wasn't thinking. I wasn't out of the Charlie yet, but he knows where I'm going and he gave me that, so I'll keep on frequency with him just in case, though. I know he said frequency change approved, but I am going to have to change it once I get out of the Charlie. We're going for a direct in on runway 23, so I can get in there in a timely manner. We should probably go over to Unicom now, so let's do that now. But you got, no, I should keep two-way communication till I get out of the Charlie, just to make sure, because I think we both messed it up a little bit, but that's okay. We'll get there. And then, once I'm clearly out of the Charlie, I will do that. What's a pattern altitude's about 1,000. So I'm gonna keep our descent going on. A lot of things to think of. In real life, you worry about this stuff a lot more in advance, by the way. But we're just gonna go freewheeling it a little bit here. All right, I got my coffee. I'm about halfway done. I drink one of these every day. It's like 2 large cups of coffee. It's amazing. Bought this when I did the camping trip at Parliament Field in New Hampshire. Good buy from Walmart.
Welcome back.
Alright, trim down a little bit so we get this descent going on. Alright. There we go. We're gonna make it. We are just about out of the Charlie. I'll go over to Unicom, listen for any traffic. If not, we will land this thing. If not, I will deviate and I'll go over to the east because it's a right pattern for only 2-3. But I think I'm
American 1020 currently at flight level 260. American 1020 Washington Center, roger, ident.
Alright, go to Unicom. Chesapeake Regional traffic, Cessna Echo Foxtrot, extended final 5 nautical miles out for runway 23 straight in, Chesapeake Regional. Is a cake technically an omelet? I don't know. I don't consider it an omelet. I guess it could be an omelet full of sugar. No clue on that one. I deviate that answer to others watching the stream, which aren't many, but that's okay. Alright. I'm gonna land this puppy. So, back to 17. Very good. Under 110. 10 degrees of flaps. Angle down. Ship rest around 80-ish, but again, we have some gusts. So I'm only going to do 20 degrees of flaps. See that we're getting kind of pushed around. What is it saying on SkyVector? 220 at 4. Yeah, so that doesn't seem like 220 at 4 to me. No offense or anything. $1,700. We'll go $1,500 now. Put another thing of flap 6 with the white arc. Oh, I'm on the web browser instead of the SIP. There we go. Go. We just had some beep there, probably because we're getting down there. That's the autopilot warning about altitude, even though I'm not using autopilot. But yeah, it seems like we have a little wind from the right, so I'm gonna angle it there and use my rudder to keep our nose was in the middle. A little slower than I'd like to be. I want to keep it around 70. We're not going to put that final thing of flaps in because it seems like we're being bounced around. I'm coming, guys. You probably already left, but I'm coming. Oh, man. Stabilized approach is pretty good, but man, I don't know what's up with these winds. We're high, but I like being higher than lower. See that I'm flying that Vision jet, and I tried the Honda jet the other night. It's excruciatingly slow now on landings, but I like low and slow too. So, all right, we do have a little aileron to the left and a little bit. A little aileron to the right, and we're doing left on the rudder here. But I'm gonna drop the throttle there because we're at 80 knots while I'm trying to get down here. I'm gonna slip a little bit too. There we go. I don't like the speed on this. Throttle's out. Come on, man. All right, and I think we just glide this in. To be honest with you, I think we're very high. We're gonna get down there. And we're very fast. All right, put those flaps in. We're too fast. We're too fast. Throttle's been up for a while. Trim up. I don't like the angle here. We got enough runway though. That's the good news. The bad news is that was one heck of a landing there. Gonna bleed some of this off. Gonna be fine. Oh, that was a nice little bump there. Nice job, Eric. Oh my God, just get down, would you? Good, thank you. Oh my God. Hey, we made it. And in real life, that would be counted as a landing, so we're gonna go with it. Flaps up. And welcome to Chesapeake Regional. I made it. I might be late. You guys might already be gone, but I made it. Crab legs and eggs, everybody. Crab legs and eggs for everybody. All right. Sorry. I was supposed to depart about 45 minutes before I did, and I'd be a little bit late, but it wouldn't be that bad. All right. I didn't call anything because I didn't hear anyone on the radio, by the way, because I knew you're all gone. Chesapeake Regional. Says an Attica Foxtrot. Clear of runway 23. Chesapeake Regional. Let's get our checklist out. Double check everything. After landing, flaps up, strobes off. Oh, landing light off. I like to leave it on. Taxi light, mixture is required. Trim set for tick off. Bounce that landing a little bit though. I'm not happy with that. Came in a little fast. That's what happened. Transponder, we're good. Alright, let's go park this puppy. Where is everybody? Everyone left me. Well, thank you for the event. Appreciate it. What was that? That was about 12:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember that. Yeah. Wish I could have been here a little bit more on time. I actually read it wrong too, because I thought it started at 10. I woke up early enough to do it. That's why I said Ocean City, so I had an hour. But then things happen. I'm gonna think that's near this terminal-ish looking building. So someone's gotta make some free. Digi, don't get any ideas. Do Plymouth first, but someone's gotta make some scenery for this one too. So all right, we're gonna park it right here. All right, checklist. ELT. Verify silent. So guard is silent. You can do that command if you want to, but I'm not going to go nuts on that. Avionics going off. All lights except for beacon. Mixture fully. And that was hour and 9 minutes of sheer terror. No kidding. Mags off. Master off. Beacon off. Parking brake on. Throttle down. And here we are. I'm coming to see you guys. I'm here. I'm here. Wait for me. There you go. Bacon off. You know what? Bacon off. Alright guys, I'm running. Can you hear me? Can you hear me breathing? That's FS realistic there. They have this thing where you can do first person. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm coming. Is that a flux capacitor over there or is that a fire extinguisher? I don't know. I'm coming in, guys. Wait a minute. I left the plane on. Oh, boom. Wait a minute. You're not here. Whoa. There's all these cars. Where are you guys? Oh, this is fun. This first-person thing, I know that with DLSS it doesn't look as good, but it's fun. It's fun. Well, just know that I tried my best to be here on time, because I'm even running, okay? I'm running to be here, guys. Okay? I didn't even put the wheel chocks on. How's that? We could do that, though. So let's go back into play for a second. Oh, wow. I got to turn the battery on for one quick second. And the avionics, sorry, because I have to touch this ADF. Come on now. There you go. Alright, so we have 7.5 quarts of oil. That's good. Let's put some not tight ounce. Let's just do the wheel chocks because I'm in a rush here. And we're good. Alright, we're going to turn it off now. That's what this FWB, so look at that. That looks awesome, doesn't it? That's awesome. Hey, Sharitha, Susan, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in from YouTube. We just made it to our destination, and I was running to get breakfast, but no one's here. Everyone left me for dead. It's all right. All right, we're gonna take the drone cam like we usually do and just check out the area. But literally, this is an airport that has swamp land around it, the farmland. I think I do remember you from a while ago. Are you from India? Because I think I remember that part. I'm crying because I was laughing so hard running. And I've got to get a little workout here. I might as well. So we're running around Chesapeake Bay Regional. Alright, that's enough of that. Too old for that. Alright, let's get the drone out and really look around now. I should turn off the flower feature because sometimes that causes crashing. I got all these fun toys I haven't used yet. We'll get there. Alright, Chesapeake Bay Regional. Again, this is default scenery. There's Niner and the Foxtrot. Nepal, see, I knew. That's right. I'm sorry. That's right, because we were talking about that airport in the mountains there, I think, that time, too. That was a while ago, though. Hey, I remembered something. That's good. Close see that it's a right pattern for 2-3, as evidenced by the windsock circle and the directions. We have some nice sounds from FS Realistic here, but let's go. Let's go really high here. So out there is Norfolk over there. Got some traffic over. No, what is that? Is that traffic or is that just a beacon? Is it moving or not? I think it's moving. It could be just old. Not good, but here we go. Chesapeake Regional. And that's where we're going to end for our streaming for now. I'm going to see if I can stream later on tonight or tomorrow. I'm hoping tonight, to be honest with you. I try to remember people that come to my broadcast, so thank you for showing up again. And from the Chesapeake Bay Regional area, we're going to sign off here. And again, I'm really going to try to fly tonight, but I don't want us to take all night either. We'll have to see. So, all right. Not even sure what I'm going to fly, but I'm going to fly something different, I think. There's some aircraft that I want to get going on here that aren't this typical 172 and Pipe Warrior. Not that those are bad. The Vision Jet, you see I've taken that out. The Honda Jet I'm working on a little bit more. It's very much like the Vision Jet, just a little more powerful. But I kind of like the Cirrus Jet better right now. But anyways, everyone, thank you for coming out this morning. Wonderful. Cheers to you. I'm getting some crab legs and eggs by myself. And I will see you soon on another air flight, maybe even tonight. We'll see what I can do. But we're going to end the stream. We're going to raid someone, so stay tuned. And I'll see you later. See ya. Peace out.